Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. In today's video I will be processing the remainder of the tomatoes that we purchased from a local farmer back in the summertime. But in our initial video we were going to make them pasta sauce, but we ended up freezing some of the tomatoes. So today we're going to turn those tomatoes into just plain old tomato sauce. So come along, sit back, relax, and enjoy today's project. Tomatoes were solid frozen in the freezer for a few months, so I went ahead and took them out the freezer last night and left them on a countertop to thaw overnight. So this is what they're looking like now. Now if you remember when we did our last video making the pasta sauce, because they were fresh, those tomatoes were fresh tomatoes, I had to put them in the oven and roast them to be able to remove the skin. But because these ones have been in the freezer and they're thawed, basically it's so much easier because, as you can see, I'm just pouring the Ziploc bags into the strainer to pour off the excess liquid, and then I'll just pull the skin right off. Fairly easy. And then I'm just tossing them in a pot and then we'll process them. Now that I've removed all the stems from the tomatoes and placed them in the big boiling pots, the next step is to turn them on to a low simmer. And basically what I'm trying to do is just warm up these tomatoes to get them to a slow boil or a low boil. And then once they're heated, I'll then put them in our tomato strainer to remove any excess seeds from the mixture before turning it into tomato sauce. So now that the tomatoes have been boiling for about 10 to 15 minutes, just to get them to that low boil that I mentioned, we'll remove them from the stove, and now I'm going to put them through the tomato strainer to get the seeds and any skin that's remaining out of the tomato sauce mixture. So here, this is our setup. Basically, this is a tomato strainer right here, and I'll show you how exactly it works. So basically, I'm just pouring the warm tomato puree mixture into the top of the tomato strainer, and it is an electric strainer. So basically, it pushes it through the strainer and it'll remove the seeds, and then it'll give you the pure, clean tomato sauce, which is what exactly we're looking for. So sit back and enjoy this section. And there you have it, friends. This is our tomato sauce. As you can see, this is your pure tomato sauce. There's no seeds. Our electric strainer got rid of all of those and any excess skin. So as I'm pouring this in, you can just see how pure the mixture is. It's just the plain tomatoes that have essentially been pureed. So I'm pouring them all into my big roaster pan, and basically what I'm going to do is just turn that on low, and I'm going to let that cook down for like an hour, about an hour and a half. And what I'm trying to do is just thicken the tomato sauce, and then I'll let it cool down fully, completely, and then I'll package it up. And I'm going to be preserving this tomato sauce in the freezer, so that's why I'm letting it cool fully, and then I'll put it in my deli containers, label it, and put it in our freezer, and that's it. After cooking for about an hour in the roaster, this is what our tomato sauce looks like. As you can see, it has thickened up quite a bit. So at this point, I'm just going to turn off the roaster and let it cool, and then I'm going to start packaging it in our deli containers. Now, because it is plain tomato sauce and we're going to be freezing this, I'm going to package it in different sizes. So I'm going to put some in some of our 64-ounce, 32, and I think 8-ounce deli containers. So I have different sizes based on what recipe I'll be utilizing it for in the future. But I'm really excited about the finished product because, as you can see, this is a rich plain tomato sauce. There's no added anything, no added salt, seasonings, anything. And basically the reason why I leave it plain even though I'm freezing it is because I like to add my seasonings when I'm cooking. So basically when I utilize this in a dish, I'll just season it then. And there you have it, friends. This is our finished product. This is our pure tomato sauce that's been packaged up in our deli container. And I will be preserving this batch by putting it in our deep freezer. And this will probably last us at least almost a year for the plain tomato sauce. So this should last us until our next growing season. So there we go. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Thank you for watching our videos and subscribing to the channel.